What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I know it has been approximately a month since I've uploaded last, and that is because of three things. One, I went on a work trip to Pennsylvania for about a week, so that set me back several days. Two, I went to a music festival last weekend, a lot of fun, but also lost 3 days of rendering and building. And number three, I have been lacking a lot of motivation to do this project. I have never built a port before, and it's not my favorite thing to build, I have found out. So, just been lacking motivation, but I powered through and got this video done for you guys. So, rewinding all the way back to the middle of October, this is what the interior of the terminal looked like. I'd left it open. I just did not feel like doing it in the last episode, so this episode we're going to do the interior of Terminal 2. And to start off, we're going to do this middle area, and I spent approximately 3 hours just doing these lighting fixtures alone. It took forever because they were made out of candles and they have chains attached to them. Two very finicky blocks to place. But once all those lighting fixtures were done, I'm able to just start filling in some of these areas around the main entrance. The good thing about this terminal is that both sides are symmetrical, so the security on the other side, I was able to just flip it and paste it to the other side, super easy. I did have to make a few adjustments as there was a hallway to the right that goes to the parking garage that is only on this side of the building, so I had to do that by hand, but everything else pretty much was able to just build half the terminal and flip it over to the other side. So after the entire passenger section is done, I am going to go underneath and start doing the baggage area. So this is where they kind of just separate the baggage, put it on the boats, and this is where they store all of the food and all of the stuff that's going to go on the boat for the voyage that they're going to be going on. I was really lacking motivation at this point in the build. As you'll see, I kind of just stopped building down here because I ran out of time, because this is when I was leaving for my trip for work. And I just was not motivated at all to build this, so it kind of just ended here. So if we look back at the map from last episode, right now only the parking garage and the terminals have been built, so I'm going to work on this commercial area that you see over here, which is going to include basically like an outdoor mall. I did also have room at the end for a pretty sizable hotel, which you'll see later in the episode, but first things first, I need to continue these pedestrian bridges across the main road. These come from the terminals, and they also make a pit stop in the middle at the train station. And then I'm just going to start laying out where all of these buildings are going to go for the outdoor mall area and start building away. So I wanted to kind of keep that old Spanish-y theme to this area, so it's kind of like being an old Matador without actually leaving the port. So it's kind of like that fake architecture where they try to mimic older buildings. So this is like all like brand new, but it's mimicking older buildings, so it's kind of like that style of building, which I thought was very interesting because I see a lot of malls using that all over the place. So I thought I would implement it here, and it was actually kind of fun. I think it is worth mentioning that just about everything in this mall area has pretty much no interior, as the last time I built a mall, it took about a month. That video is still on my channel if you want to go check out a full mall building, but I'm not going to do full interior on this mall just because that would take weeks, and I don't feel like doing that, especially since motivation for this project was pretty low. But continuing on down with this line of buildings, I tried to keep the color palette pretty bright. as that's what I did in the old Matadora district, so copying that kept the colors really bright. And then one of my favorite buildings is coming up next. This ended up being like a tiki bar or seafood restaurant on the water. I don't know, the style turned out really cool. This one was probably the most fun to build. It has hay bales on the roof to kind of imitate those straw roofs that you would see down in the tropics. So this building was really fun to make. As I said earlier, I had room at the end for a ginormous hotel, so that is what I'm going to start building here. Again, it has pretty much no interior, except the hotel rooms are interiorized. That's because every single one of them was pretty much copied and pasted, so I only had to build one. But as for everything else in the hotel, it pretty much has no interior, but everything is laid out as far as floors and elevators and stairs and stuff go, but no details on the inside. I did not have time for all of that because this hotel is pretty big. It has 160 rooms across 5 floors and retail on the bottom, along with this giant open lobby area in the middle, which I think is really cool. And yeah, just a really nice hotel to kind of take up some space, because I had a lot of space to take up on this port area, which is why this video ended up taking approximately a month to come out. But once this hotel is done, it's just a matter of putting in all of the details around it, including a lot more of parking. And finally, the last structure that was built in this area was the Elite Yacht services. So in this building, you can basically go and rent a yacht to go drive around Matadora, or you can fix your yacht if you happen to own one. They sell like pieces. They have a big warehouse where they'll fix the motors and whatnot. I'm not too sure what goes on in here. I didn't do interior, but I did build the Elite Yacht services, and next to it I built a giant gas station for all of these yachts to fill up their ginormous gas tanks that I'm assuming they have. And that was pretty much it for the cruise terminals. Thank you all for watching to the end of the video. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, and if you really enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button. Next episode, I want to construct a cruise ship. It's going to be a massive undertaking. I've never built a cruise ship before, so this is going to be interesting. I might have to call in some reinforcements for that one. But stay tuned for a cruise ship. See you guys in the next episode. Bye!